Self-improvement made me depressed. I woke up this morning and I felt like shit, but I couldn't quite figure out why. This has been happening nearly once every 2 weeks for the past 3 months. It's been affecting my productivity, and the feeling of being unproductive makes it worse. I try to be productive and get work done, but I can't. My mind just wants to keep consuming rather than create. It's like a plague corrupting my discipline. I can't even stay consistent in the gym. This endless cycle of trying to be productive and failing, and then feeling even worse afterwards, is so hard to escape. And I won't lie, it leads me down a dark tunnel of doubt. Now, if you guys don't know, doubt is the worst thing. Doubt is a killer. Doubt inspires fear, and fear kills your dreams. And this is where I'm being led. I'm starting to reconsider things with a what's the point type of lens. Like, is this channel even worth it? Or is starting a business even worth it? So, like, the whole point of business is to solve problems, but for the average person, most problems are already solved, and therefore there's barely any market room for new businesses because the market is very, very saturated, right? And this is just something that I was like considering, and it's like, what's the point in even doing a business? Because it's so hard to actually break into the market and actually get consumers. Because what problem is there to solve? Like, most problems are already solved for consumers if you think about it. It's very hard to think of a problem that actually exists. But then, anyways, I was talking to my mate Hassan, and he helped me realize that a business to business type of model rather than a business to consumer type of model is way better because business to business has more problems to solve. But anyways, that was a whole different tangent. But the idea is that all of my doubts that I get in my day to day usually resurface and they're 10 times stronger than usual. And it all comes back in like one big go. And that makes it so much harder to tackle and prevent from inspiring that fear that I talked about earlier. But I don't want this to be a nihilistic video, as the title might suggest. And of course, I'm not going to let these doubts inspire fear within me. So, this is what I'm going to do from now on to prevent this from happening again. Stay productive and don't let the mind get bored. Even when you can't be productive, go be social and have a conversation with someone. Actually, I like on my Instagram, I've started posting these like little advice snippets and almost like quotes. I'm calling it a theme page. One thing that I posted is men are problem solvers, and when men don't have problems to solve, they create them. This is why comfortable lives lead to depression. So that's just something I posted on my Insta, and that's kind of like applicable here. My Insta, by the way, is same as my YouTube name, LAANUK, if you guys want to follow that. I do daily posts and stuff. But anyways, I'm not here to say you should avoid your thoughts, but the thing is, your thoughts start to become more positive when you surround yourself with a positive environment. And locking yourself in your room with nothing but social media, including YouTube, by the way, is not a positive environment. Because when you surround yourself with a positive environment, your entire life becomes better. You naturally just start feeling happier in the day to day. Like, just being social, getting out there, doing positive things. It sounds like stupidly easy, but you don't really think about it. Most people, when they're sad, they just sit in their room and like scroll on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. But literally just going outside and going for a walk and talking to people, being social, having a conversation, having a meaningful conversation. It doesn't even actually really need to be meaningful. Literally just having a conversation with someone can put your mind off of it for like long enough for your brain to be like, you know what? Why am I being upset? Like, there's so much to be happy about. Let me just be productive, work on something productive. And the return of that is happiness. Like, literally, just working on something productive will make you happy at the end of the day. So, one thing I want to end off on is being disciplined is hard. It's a hard thing. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, it's so easy once you get into the routine of things. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it builds a habit and it becomes easy, like going to the gym. But some things, it's just always going to be hard. And being disciplined forever and ever isn't sustainable. It's not sustainable to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it all the time.
But Hamza, Hamza.
Because discipline isn't meant to be a way of living. You're not meant to sit here and be like, okay, I'm going to do something that I hate every single day for the rest of my life. I mean, that's something that I say to people is you should. You should start off your day by doing something disciplined. that you don't want to do every single morning because it sets up the rest of your day. But if everything you do is an act of discipline, you'll lead your life to misery. Like you'll end up living a life of misery because all you're doing is like stuff that you hate and you're not actually doing anything that you enjoy. So ultimately, it's about finding that balance. And obviously, I've been talking a lot recently about celebrate the wins, which is a huge thing, definitely. But that's still like you're still living your life doing stuff that you hate. Only every now and then are you doing one little thing that you enjoy. It's like putting a plaster on the problem. Life is meant to be lived to be enjoyed. So the idea is you find something to do with your life that you actually enjoy doing, and that's where you get your fulfillment and your happiness from. You don't just find something that, oh, I have to be disciplined and do this every single day, and it's just some long, tedious task. You'll get bored of it. You'll get so bored, and you'll probably end up wanting to kill because it just gets so long and tedious and boring. Whereas if you actually sit there and think about, okay, what do I actually enjoy doing in life? Okay, how can I now use this to find fulfillment in myself? And also, unfortunately, you need to make money from it one way or another because you need money to live. And most people spend their lives doing a job they hate just to make money, literally just to live. So if you can find a way to make your passion in something that can also afford you the lifestyle that you want, then you're set. And it's a really difficult thing to do. But until then, you can live by celebrate the wins. But just remember that discipline is meant to be an asset that you can use. It's meant to be a tool in your toolbox. It's not something to use all the time, every single day for the rest of your life. Because it's a flawed mindset to think, I need to be disciplined and doing something I hate all the time. Because if you really just think about it for a second, that will lead to a life of misery. And that's the reason most people aren't disciplined. But it's more so to be like, okay, I know I'm disciplined. I know when it comes down to it, if there's something that I don't really want to do, but I have to do it, I can do it. So when it gets to those times when you're doing something you enjoy, but sometimes gotten like a little bit tedious, let's say, for example, you're doing YouTube, right? Editing content, editing gets so long sometimes. You really like the video that you're working on, but you just can't be asked to edit it because it's taking so long. That's when you can use discipline. Not like, oh, I hate my job, but let me be disciplined and do it anyways for the rest of my life. No, you can be just disciplined and do it as long as you know that it's leading to something else better on down the line that you'll actually enjoy and that you'll actually find fulfilling and purposeful and it'll actually have meaning in your life. If you're just wasting your life being disciplined for something that doesn't have meaning, that's exactly what you're doing. You're just wasting your life. But anyway, yeah, these have been my thoughts recently. Um, it's been rough, but this is what I've planned out to do. And if it's helped one of you, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.